think that we were strangely lucky in that we decided to separate before the pandemic, because not to again be a cliche, but that would have done it as well.
I also know that you separated from your husband last
Yeah.
year. How are you guys doing? How are you doing now? What's your relationship like now that you're moving forward?
I gotta say, anyone who's gone through this or is going through it knows full well that the first, I'd say 3-4 months are terrible. They're completely terrible because you may have already in your own ways mourned your relationship, but from the point that your kids and everyone in your life knows about it on, especially, kids, like you sort of have to mourn the public face of not that we're, entertainment public, but you have to mourn the idea that, that you're going to do all of these things together. That's sort of what happens next. It's like you deal with your relationship and that ending first, and then you sort of have to, put to bed the idea that you're going to do all of these other things in the way that you thought you were going to do them, and you have to come up with the new way that you're going to do them. But we've resolved to do, so many things that we used to do and just maintain our traditions. Just only our relationship is reframed. The rest we aim to keep the same. So it's actually been kind of okay.
How did you explain this to your children, the big change?
Again, not really killing it on that front, Mark. We sat them down and we said, this is a serious talk, and what mom and dad know, and this is a grown-up's decision, not a kid's decision, but is that we're always going to be your parents, but we're just not going to be married to each other anymore. We're just not going to be married. Everything else is going to be the same for the foreseeable future, but just so you know, that's something that's going to happen. And they didn't really, they were at the time 4 and 5, so, or maybe 4 and 6, yeah, Charlotte was 6. They don't get the full gravity of it, sure, but they definitely knew that it was not great news. And they hugged each other and they cried for a second, and then they said, well, what's going to happen? We said, eventually you'll get your own rooms. And then it was casually brought up that they could have bunk beds at one of those houses. And that's when the conversation really turned into a much more positive one for them. They were like, bunk beds though? Like definitely bunk beds, or like maybe bunk beds? We were like, bunk beds. And not to just resort to bribery, but yeah, after the bunk beds part, they were kind of fine. They still get upset about it occasionally, but we've shown them that we all still have a great family dynamic in place, and yeah, we're just taking it day by day.
Yeah, I mean, divorce is never easy, but now that there's a pandemic, how would you say it's affected co-parenting? Has it been more challenging, or are you taking it day by day?
I think that we were strangely lucky in that we decided to separate before the pandemic, because not to again be a cliche, but that would have done it as well. So co-parenting in the pandemic, I think it's been confusing to our kids because we told them we're going to definitely be in different houses, and we hadn't gotten to that point yet. So we're still largely together, just mom has her own room, and I go back and forth to our old property, which we're still selling, and it's a long, boring story, Mark, basically. But I like being able to divide time in this time where we're all so in each other's faces. It's a nice respite to sort of be able to step away.
But on the bright side, you seem to be really happy. You look really confident. I heard you're in love again. Did you tell
People are what? He's really great. I did good, if I do say so. Definitely hitting out my league there. Yeah, I did. I met someone very nice, not online. Which would have been a much better story for promoting my movie. That would have been I would have killed it. But no, I met someone really nice, yeah. And I adore him. He's fantastic. I don't know what else to tell you. What was the question? You're embarrassing me.
Well, listen, I mean, I know you from all these rom-com movies. I adore you from movies from 20 years ago up until today.
Thank you.
Are you like a romantic in real life? Are you that person?
Oh, terrible, hopeless, all of the things.
Really?
All of the things. I wouldn't say I'm unrealistic though.
Okay.
No, I only prefer that in my entertainment.
Do you ever use one-liners from your movies on your new boyfriend?
Which one would you suggest, Mark? I think that sounds really dicey.
Oh, that's a good question. You put it on me. I'm not sure, but I feel like you know better than I would. You have them all in your mind.
Ah, but what if he found out? How corny would that be? No, I would never live that down. We can't do that. No.
Well, I know that you and your boyfriend Kevin have in common. You love 90 Day Fiance. Tell me about that.
He's not gonna kill me. He has zero shame about this, and he's a person of many intellectual pursuits, and this is just not one of them. And it's just one of our favorite things to do to escape. Yeah, we both love some good trash TV to unwind at the end of the day. But yeah, he's big into basketball right now. Sometimes he's like, I want to talk, but Lakers are playing, and gotta do. I'm like, go for it. That's totally fine.
What's date night like during quarantine for you?
QCT, quality couch time. Really got a lot of that in. Really nice. He has a great couch. What can I say? It's like a planet. It's gigantic. I don't know what it is with men and sectional furniture. Do you have sectional furniture?
I actually do, and I love it.
I knew it.
Yeah.
All of you.
Have your kids met Kevin yet, or are you figuring it out?
No, I feel like, what's the rush? You know what I mean? Like, let's just, I don't want to get it wrong. I'm going to take it beat by beat.
Yeah.
By the time if they ever Google deep dive this time in their parents' life, and they see this interview in the future, and they're like, what the hell, Mom? We'll have that discussion then. But in the meantime, I'm just going to take small steps, and they can be on a need-to-know basis.
And it sounds like you're open to having love in your life. Are you open to marriage again, do you think, one day?
All right. Nobody was ready for that question. Not me. You didn't even know what you were getting to. I don't know. I think I don't know. My therapist always says that, like, I have a problem where I don't understand that it's okay to say I don't know as an acceptable answer. So I'm practicing. Here we go. I don't know.
I accept you.
And I thank you very much.